Unfortunately, this week I had to outsource the final edits to the recap. But as always, let me at least say, thanks to Juce.
You know who you can thank? Me, Skeletor! Ha-ha! Enough of that crap. Let's get started.
Hit it!
I've gathered everything I could find to help you. 6 Russian uniforms. They're all different sizes. Pulls out 6 sets of body armor. Professor McDonald said something about taking Luther to Lithuania to coordinate attack as well.
They always said about Lithuania is that every one of them looks almost identical. Even the women look like Luther to a degree.
It sounds atrocious.
That's even led to the myth that there are no Lithuanian women and they just pop out of the meth fields.
It looks like a lance, but at the end it's a hypodermic needle. This is experimental weapon. Attack your enemy and stab them.
Gotcha.
There is a gray liquid in here. Do not get this on you. It's very dangerous.
That accent's terrible.
You will take it and stab your victim. It will cause them to petrify.
How the hell does that work?
It is still experimental. It is something we learned from YIG technology a long time ago.
Any instances where it didn't work? How about we start there?
Only operator error.
How do you have an error with it?
I don't know. We tried to ask him, but he was turned to stone.
It's like a box. It's also like a CB box, like you'd put in a car.
And there's a bunch of knobs and shit on it. All these knobs don't mean anything. Only switch on here. This will affect gravity. He has it up and he points it, and you can see like a light in the back flicker. Mm-hmm. Point light at your target and flip switch.
What will it do?
I will demonstrate. And he picks up the box and flips the switch. He points the light at like the table that sits next to the window in the hotel, and it's got the little lamp on it. And all of a sudden, the table just begins to go quickly up in the air, and it smashes up against the ceiling and crashes down, and the lamp just shatters everywhere. Pulls out it looks like a canned air. This right here will freeze your enemy if you wish. However, if you want a really big boom, you shake can and run. I think about a mile radius, you will be fine.
How long do we have to get away from it?
Somewhere between 7 and 48 seconds.
Now, this ice-cold propellant gun, does it happen to leave black and white paint or Faygo all over the place?
I think some of these side effects, you have a propensity to listen to very terrible music and go to festivals.
I was a juggalo once. I didn't make a whole lot of money.
Oh, and I have one final item. Before he does that, he reaches into his pockets and pulls out real heavy gloves that go down to like his elbows and pulls this huge friggin' gun out. You can tell it's a gun because it's in like this bag, but the bag looks really heavy. He pulls it off, and the first thing you notice is that radioactive sign on it. And as you're standing there, you can if the room starts to warm up a little bit, he like pops it open and pulls out, it looks like a tomato paste can that maybe something was on it at one time. It's like 64-ounce can.
Campbell's.
With a lid. This right here, fill it with anything you can find. I call it the fuck it gun.
What possibly could go wrong here?
So he walks over and starts to pick up all the scraps of the table and the ceiling and the lamp, shoves it in there and locks it, and then puts it in the gun, and then steps outside and points over to speed limit sign and fires. This thing makes this loud noise and just this bolt of energy and just disintegrates this sign. And then the metal post that it's sitting on, you can see it sitting there, and it just begins to burn away, and then it's nothing. The fuck it gun.
Aptly named.
I'm all about
How many charges does it have before?
There's it has long half-life, as I am told. I would recommend holding with gloves and being careful and not being in close proximity to it for more than 2 to 5 minutes.
What is up with all your weapons basically being self-inflicting death traps?
Grab the wand of Orcus and take it out and like hold it in front of him like this with his paws like resting on the top. He imagines that the wand at all times is kind of expelling energy. Mm-hmm. And he imagines too that there's some link there that can use it to at least feel an energy pull.
And the bits and pieces of the table and the lamp that were not put in the gun and shot, begin to levitate in the room and start to swirl around. And then shit off the dresser, and like the pillows on the bed start to lift up, and then the picture comes off. The generic picture on the wall comes off, really revealing a huge hole, and everything starts to swirl around the room really fast. Okay, you dodge this shit in the room and just make it out the door. As Boris is smoking a cigarette going, and you worry about my weapons I bring. So, Tommy, you try to get out of here, and there's just too much crap in the door. The comforter is now swinging around, which is, of course, something you don't want to touch.
What about the fitted sheet? Has that come off?
Of course.
And the mirror
sheets never stay on. Come on.
The mirror starts to swing around. You see in the center of the room some kind of creature like come out of the ceiling, out of this storm, and kind of peer its head down into the room and kind of look around. Black saucer eyes with like a charred face, and it's got a huge hand that looks like a claw.
That sounds like He-Man's mail-order bride from corporate.
I see
And
this.
you see this. It's like reaching down for 13, like to try to grab the wand.
I want to shoot it. Tommy gun time, man.
You shoot right at this thing's head, and it just kind of disappears, and you blast a huge hole in the ceiling, and shit falls down, and the whirlwind just all of a sudden stops, and all the shit falls down, and the mirror crashes to the ground, and the comforter and all the knickknacks, and 13 just kind of collapses onto the floor. Yeah, it's 13. You come too.
I saw what appeared to be a gas station in the Mojave Desert. On it, there was a locked entrance. We must have been there. There was an ice cream truck driving towards us. Have you heard of Poseidon gas station?
Poseidon gas station. Boris?
Poseidon gas station. It is in Yormo, California.
How far is that?
Well, you have Airbus. It's a couple hours.
And it seems that we will meet a very fortuitous ice cream truck when we get there.
And he pulls out a carton of Marlboro Midnights, hands them to Ethel.
Cigarettes?
This should hopefully get you through the next 3 days.
I've seen chimneys that smoke less.
On the spray painted on the side of the building, it says Poseidon Gas. It's across the street from the first Taco Bell to ever be built. And there's like a line of cars there. And some sort of huge taco in the middle of the parking lot that everybody gets out and gets a picture next to.
Like a statue of one or something?
13, does that look familiar to you?
Does it look like the ice cream truck I saw?
Yep. Now that Bonnie points it out, you can see it says corporate ice cream on it. And it's in the drive-through line.
I have nothing but trouble from corporate. Just circle around, pull out the blue light special, and aim to try to shoot the driver.
There's no noise, and next thing you know, there's a hole in the side of the ice cream truck. The 249 erupts and just blisters this ice cream truck, and it's rocking
You always should keep an eye on those gun-toting Amish.
from all the rounds hitting it, and it's just cutting it to pieces. And they hear the glass shattering, the tires pop. People are getting out of their cars who are in the drive-thru since they're stuck there and like running for cover under the big taco.
Cigarettes and tacos?
Yeah, I'm going to shoot it too. Full auto.
So Tommy, not to be outdone, and you just light this thing up. The other side gets peppered with bullets. You blow out the tires. The windshield is destroyed. There's so many holes in this thing. It's like leaking ice cream. The door just kind of opens and a body just drops and kind of splats into the ice cream. And you can see whatever this blood is begin to like, it doesn't really mix because it looks more like oil. It is some like black charred creature with long fingernails. Cars are leaving, people are running. There's a couple of people who are of course still getting their picture next to the big taco because why? There's not a line anymore. And you can see that there's somebody in the driver's seat, but they are just cut to ribbons. There's not much left of them. A skeleton with like black flesh on them that looks charred, like it was burnt, with long fingernails. Like his hands are still on the steering wheel as his arms were just blown off.
13, open the back of the ice cream truck.
And you realize somebody was sitting in the back here. You can see the oily blood that does not mix with the ice cream lead out the door and now go through the parking lot. You hear some people yelling and screaming, and you look over and you see the people are getting pictures next to the big taco. They're running as some sort of creature that looks very similar to these two is standing next to that big taco, and you can see the taco begin to move and shift, and it snaps up into the air, and it just kind of turns and hurls this giant taco at you.
Can we dodge the giant taco?
I did push the roll.
It tried to jump out of the way of the giant taco. Comes flying across the parking lot, knocking out the shrubs, smashing the ice cream truck as 13 tries to leap out of the way and gets clipped, flung in the air.
That's unfortunate.
Raise my machine gun at the thing.
Cut this thing right down, right through it, and just kind of into a big pile.
Is everyone okay?
I've been better.
As soon as 13 says that, he falls unconscious.
13 will pull out the ICP, and as he sprays it all over the lock, it becomes covered in Faygo.
Instead of like
It's all sticky.
like a white frozen color, it's actually orange for some reason. Yes, and it freezes all over the door.
Smells like an orange creamsicle.
Cigarettes, tacos, and orange creamsicle.
13's gonna take the blue light special and like try to break off the frozen lock.
So you hit it, it cracks, and a big hole like falls where it froze. You know, the whole knob, the lock just shatters and falls to the ground. You look at the blue light special and you can see that, you know, the handle where you hit it, now there's some cracks. You remember that there was a lawsuit involving these weapons because they were very dangerous and they would explode, and they were deemed defective.
You can dispose of it in the Shadowfell. It's where everybody dumps things they don't
The
want.
unwanted crap.
That's lots of money and crap. Haha.
Crap. You stick your head out, you can see kind of a storm, some clouds. Everything is very gray. It looks just like a desert wasteland. In the distance, though, you see a vehicle. It is not an ice cream truck, a car or something driving. You just see the plumes of dust behind it.
Shall we go greet them?
I'm ready. I pull my Tommy gun out.
What do you mean, honey? We can't take the helicopter?
The hole is a bit too small.
Somehow. Never had that problem.
It's like throwing a hot dog down a hallway.
Like the goddamn Stargate.
I didn't know Ethel dated MacGyver.
Should we head on in and talk to the driver of the vehicle?
It looks like a 1960s Dodge taxi cab in gray color. And as it pulls up, it says Curse Flare Taxi. The window rolls down and a humanoid, skin kind of falling off, kind of rubbery, kind of looks at you, and you see like 2 points of light. You can tell he's looking at you. He's, pick up.
More of a question at the moment. How did you get your cab in
Meter's
here?
running.
Did somebody send you?
Dispatch told me you'd be here, so I just go where they tell me.
I wonder who told Dispatch we would be here.
I don't have a good feeling about this anymore.
About what?
Coming here.
You figure that out now, 13? We're 43 sessions in.
Fluffy guy, you can sit in the front.
I guess we should continue. What currency do you take anyway?
Whatever you got. Yeah, he doesn't get out. He like hits a button and the trunk opens. It's like, throw it in the back. You see a tire in there and the jack, and then you see a bag, and the bag looks wet, like something inside the bag is leaking. Like,
I'm going to take a little peek in the paper bag.
it's some kind of meat. You would guess a pancreas.
Pancreas, it's what's for dinner.
I'm going to go to the taxi. I'll sit up front, if that's all right with everyone.
Yeah, go for it.
The pancreas in your trunk, it's leaking through the bag.
Oh, my lunch. Yeah. Don't worry.
Just making sure you know.
So he stopped, and you see those like barricades set up. It's like, detour figures. I mean, as you look out, and it looks like a big pool of black ooze has covered like the road, and it's like bubbling up.
That doesn't look right.
I think I've seen that before a few times. Do you know what it is?
I don't know. I'm not sure. It's hell to get off these wheels. A couple cabs got stuck in it, and we never got them back.
Is it often that you encounter this ooze stuff? What causes it?
Who knows? I don't know. It's recent. 13. You catch out the dirty, crusty window in the clouds. You see some kind of winged thing flying. Bonnie, you could look out of the side view mirror. One of these winged things comes swooping down, and now is probably 100 yards behind you.
It looks like we have company, my good sir.
Holy Strahd.
Who the fuck is Strahd?
And he puts his foot to the floor, and the car just takes off. Yeah, you crank down the window, and it's like...
Do I have to do a fight brawl to get
Strength roll?
Yeah, that's... Tommy, I think this is one of your areas of expertise.
Oh, yeah. prop myself out of the car and start shooting at this thing.
Bullets spraying, hitting the ground, dust flying everywhere. It's gotten closer now, and it's got some kind of scythe, and it's got like 2 stingers that look like scorpion stingers with wings.
In the world is this?
I shoot, and none of my rounds hit it, but it is so scared it slams into the ground and scrapes its face along the dirt, ripping its body apart.
You watch this, it just tumbles, and pieces of it just flying in the air. Like this stinger breaks off and like flies in the air and lands in front of you. He swerves, goes around it.
Are there still more in the sky of these things?
Yeah, there's at least 2 more.
You paid your registration on this vehicle, right?
It has nothing to do with that.
What does it have to do with then?
When everybody's got something you want, they're going to come and get it.
What the hell does that even mean?
What do they want from you?
They want his pancreas, of course.
Man, I hate this place.
It was your idea to come here, wasn't it?
You see this thing come swooping out of the clouds, flying really fast. He makes some evasive maneuvers, like turns and skids, and this thing swoops and just misses the car. But in that maneuver, Tommy, you slam against the side of the car, and there goes the Tommy gun.
Damn it!
What happened, Tommy?
My gun! We gotta go back and get it!
No,
This is not up for debate. Turn this motherfucker around. I need my gun.
I think it's best if we turn around, otherwise he's going to choke you to death.
Yeah, it's basically like an appendage at this point.
Have you ever considered a carrying strap?
I'm considering it right now.
13, you're sort of like upside down. Your like feet are in the air. You're like, you lean out again with the 249. Pepper the area with bullets and just put all sorts of holes in this thing. And it just screams out as pieces of it fall, and it just plummets into the ground. And he reaches into like where the cigarette lighter is and just starts pulling out something, eating like nervously. There's all sorts of brass
everywhere,
rounds all in the front, some in the back. 13, you're hit with a couple hot pieces of brass.
And then reach for the gravity manipulator. Attempt to aim at the remaining flying creature, because there's another one, right?
There's another one circling, as you stop, and Tommy, I'm assuming, jumps out.
Yeah, if it stops near the gun, I'm there.
So as it's swooping down, it suddenly just goes just like this and face plants into the ground.
And then I sprint back to the car, but as I do I see this creature?
Yep.
I'm shooting it as I'm running back to the car.
You probably run and shot a Tommy gun before, so...
Oh, for sure. Imagine I just riddle it with bullets to the point where if there's any light behind it, you can just see the light come through the holes as it goes right onto the ground. See, this is why you need one of these, 13.
I'm kind of fond of this gravity gun.
You're not even good with it. What have you done with that thing?
Save the cheerleader and save the world.
What cheerleader?
You'll get used to TV shows in the future.
I really like Night Court.
So he is still nervously eating something out of the ashtray.
What is he eating?
They look like fingers.
Man, you are a sick fuck.
Humanoid fingers, yeah.
That's kind of normal here. Do they look pickled?
Are they pickled? Do they look like goblin?
They might be pickled.
Can I have one?
You see he's about to like instantly just shake his head no, but he sees that you're asking him, and he's like, yeah. He reaches in, he hands you one of them.
I grab it. Is it a human finger?
It's humanoid. I wouldn't call it human.
Had a lot of experiences with hordes of pickled fingers.
Did you have to smell them too?
Yeah, I mean, down south they got the pickled fingered fields. I did some time down there picking them.
How do they grow?
Just come right out of the ground.
It's like earwigs. Also, not a pleasant sign.
Pretty close to Diablo Bay, and he drives up, and there's like a 1-lane rickety bridge that goes up over this body of water that looks like it's got like that black ichor that you have seen, like now covering some of it.
What is with the black liquid stuff? Is this new?
That's the stuff we went around earlier. It's now covering Diablo Bay.
Is this the first time you've seen it like this, or?
I heard it was on the bay a while back, but it's gotten this far.
Where did it come from?
Nobody knows.
A mystery, to say the least.
I hope we're able to have safe passage across the water. Though if there's this ichor, this could be dicey.
It looks just enough for like one car to go up. So he shifts it into whatever gear and starts driving up over this bridge. In the distance, you can see like these black, heavy clouds, but they're little tiny pieces of light and maybe an outline of a city in the distance. Crests this hill. He starts to drive down, and there's another car. It looks like a cab driving up towards him. What the hell, man?
Friend of yours?
Oh, it's a rival cab company.
Is it a friendly rivalry?
No, this asshole knows that I'm on the bridge. He shouldn't be. I know what he wants.
What is that?
And he's not getting it today.
What's going on? What does
And they're
he
both honking their horns at each other.
What does he want from you?
He wants my fare. He's not getting it.
Tommy, do you think you might like to look intimidating towards the other cab?
Yeah, I'll look intimidating. And I pop out with my gun and I start shooting, but not at the cab. Just like up, off into the air. Like up in the air, like not
Up in the
even
air.
close. But
They
just
have
to
to
like,
land somewhere, but
yeah,
okay.
I mean, it's the Shadowfell. They'll probably never land.
Right. The door opens and this creature gets out. He's got like pointed ears and like little horns coming out. He's very gray looking, obviously, and he's got this long tongue that kind of comes down, and looks like his skin is like stretched over his bones, but he looks real muscular. And he sort of like unfolds out of the car. He looks a lot bigger than the car than somebody his size should fit. And he's like, doesn't look like you can go any further. Why don't you come and take this cab? I can take you there.
Be careful, Tommy. He looks French-Canadian.
He's in Nickelback.
I thought I was the one that was supposed to look intimidating.
Hey, would there be a repercussion if we just killed him?
Get out of the way, or I'm going to shoot you.
You're going to do what?
I will put this lead through your body.
We'll do it this way. He gets in the car, like it's in neutral. It just kind of rolls back down the bridge.
That was easy.
So he gets down to the bottom. You hear the screech of the tires. A big dust comes up, and he accelerates up the bridge, full speed at the cab. He's like, watch out!
I get back in the cab quickly and race for impact.
13 grab the gravity manipulator and try to hit the car. So as it is coming, it like is thrown up and kind of like flips over our car.
So considering the circumstance that you're using this device, a regular success would be you'd probably be too late. It would hit you.
Hard success.
You would be able to activate it, but unsure where it would go, like because it could drop it or raise it. An extreme, you would absolutely be able to make that happen.
That is an extreme success. Those are 13.
13, got a 13.
Just as about to impact, it just raises up in the air and then slams, full speed into the bay. And you hear a kind of a wet splat noise.
Well, sir, it has been an absolute pleasure riding with you.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And he hits the meter thing, and it spits out some piece of paper, crumples it up, throws it on the floor. Is like, no payment. Just I want one favor.
What is that?
Let me touch it.
That is off the table.
That's the payment. Come on. You hear the radio come on. Car number 9. Did you get a look at it? Did you get a chance to touch it? He's just like, he shuts off the volume. Come on.
That is not a payment option. I can offer you my gun.
I want that.
The only way that you are going to be able to touch it is on the receiving end of a blow.
I feel a bit uncomfortable now.
I like to imagine that Tommy is just very confused what he wants to touch.
Very much so. Especially considering the conversation about penis ever since I've been around all you guys.
Reaches as fast as he can and grabs the wand of Orcus. So you just kind of scoot away, hand comes off, and he just kind of looks at it and licks his lips, and he's like, I've touched it. And he just collapses, and his body begins to like desiccate and just kind of turn to dust.
Well, we have a cab now.
Coming down the dock is a pickup truck full of like random scrap items. That's like all you can see it hovering over behind it. Pieces of metal and parts to whatever just piled in it. Kind of sways a little bit as it's driving. Off to one side, the windshield's all dirty.
I'm going to attempt to wave it down, walking towards it. Excuse me.
The window rolls down and you see a face turns and there's you see a skeleton. Oh, what are you doing in my way? Wait, I know you.
You do? Skeletor, is that you?
Oh, yes.
What happened? Why are you driving a truck?
Oh, I have a license, of course.
Well, of course you do. Unlike me. Is this your boat?
Oh, yes. I just acquired it.
You did. Gambling?
Oh, when you invest in the penis, there's rewards.
That is true. I have come to realize that myself many a time. We're trying to get to, Russia at the end of the day, but we're heading west across the sea, and we're looking for a boat we can use.
Oh, of course, I'll take you.
Really? That would be brilliant.
Who else is with you?
There is Tommy Guns, there is Ethel, and 13.
Oh, yes, I know Ethel smokes.
She does quite a bit. In fact, she just got a new pack.
Oh, she did. Uh-huh.
How much can your ship carry?
Oh, a lot.
We recently came into ownership of a taxi cab. Would it be able to take it?
Oh, yes.
Ah, perfect.
Skeletor, it's been a while.
Oh, 13. How have you been?
I've been better. I forgot how much I hate the Shadowfell.
Oh, well, it's acquired taste. Much better with the penis these days.
Has the penis reached the Shadowfell?
Of course, I get it in there. I have it on.
Where is the primary headquarters?
I'm not sure. I think Strahd's behind it, or in front of it. Whatever. He's probably just jacking the penis's signal.
You just have to grab the penis and hold on. That's the only way for you to succeed in life.
Clearly, you guys are friends.
Oh, who are you?
My name's Tommy, but obviously, I mean, you guys are all well acquainted with the penis, so...
Would you like to watch it sometime with me?
No, I'm good. I don't want to see the penis.
The penis really is something to see.
I'm good. I see it all the time. Yeah.
Oh, so you're a fan?
Yes.
Well, it bodes well for you that you're a fan of the penis in the Shadowfell. I didn't realize the popularity, but it makes sense.
Oh, the penis is growing constantly.
You know, normally I don't like talking about the penis, but it is a bit of a big deal here.
I mean, I would expect to find it in dark places like the Shadowfell.
That's why I've made so much money, because I've managed to get in front of it.
I'm sure you did.
You can take us across.
Oh, for you, 13, of course I will. Let's all retreat to the cabin. Gonna have a drink. Watch the penis.
Crystal, not Crystal. It was just actually Craig.
Probably sure you've never seen some sort of demon creature come out of the sky and attack people.
Of course not.
That's just assumptive.
You just haven't been going to the right Taco Bell is.
Yeah.
Right, everyone. Grandma's get the helicopter ride.
Could be a mustache ride.
Would you like to sit in the metal seat? All you hear is Metallica 24 hours a day.
I always fail dex rolls. Fuck the dex roll, man.
This should probably win an award or something. Haha.